Okay, so have you ever had that feeling that insistent pull of something you just have to do? Could be work, right? Big project, maybe just your email inbox overflowing, or, even figuring out what's for dinner after a really long day. We all know that feeling. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some pretty profound insights. Now, the original inspiration comes from Lee Gale Gruen's work on retirement years. But here's the kicker, and this is why we're talking about it. We're pulling out this really powerful idea that applies to you right now. Doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. Yeah, so our mission today really is to unpack how this subtle shift in thinking, moving from I have to do this to I get to do this, how that can genuinely change your everyday, turn the routine stuff into maybe an adventure, inject a bit of joy, some purpose into almost any task. Let's get into it. So the sources we looked at, they really highlight this common thing, something maybe you don't talk about much, how lots of people spend, well, a lot of their adult lives feeling kind of miserable at what they're doing. There's that little voice inside, oh, I hate this job, or I should be doing something more, just this background hum of discontent. And the really interesting part that the research points out is that negativity, it rarely just stays at work.
No, it doesn't. It sort of bleeds into everything else.
Exactly. It spills over. Suddenly it's, I hate doing this chore, or I hate this house, or even I hate this commitment I made.
Right. And it becomes this pervasive feeling, this sense of obligation and, well, dread, really.
Yeah, what's really striking is just how powerful and widespread that negative outlook can be. It's really not just about the task itself, is it? It seems to be fundamentally about our internal story, how we frame things in our head. That dictates the whole experience, which, it raises a pretty big question. How much real control do we actually have over feeling satisfied day to day?
Good question. So, okay, how do we start to shift that? Well, the core tweak, the main idea from our sources, it's actually pretty straightforward. Instead of seeing a task as something forced on you, something you have to endure, try seeing it as maybe an exciting adventure. And the key step is to consciously ask yourself, okay, what could I maybe learn from this? What might I discover here? Yes, and that's the crucial insight, I think. Because the behavior, like the physical action you're taking, that stays exactly the same. But the mindset, your internal approach is completely different. It's night and day. And this connects to, well, a fundamental truth, doesn't it? We always have a choice in how we interpret our reality. It's about choosing your emotional state, not just reacting.
Taking agency. Now, let's make this concrete. The sources use a great example. Taking out the garbage cans. Super mundane, right? So view number one, the negative one.
Ugh, I have to drag these heavy cans out and that smell. And I'll probably trip over the cat and my neighbors out there again. You know that feeling?
Oh, yeah. The chore list of doom.
Right. But, okay, now apply that intentional mindset shift, the positive view. Okay, I get to go outside for a minute, breathe some fresh air, maybe catch a bit of sun, look at the trees. Oh, look, there's that cute cat visiting from down the street. Maybe I'll say hi to my neighbor.
You see? The action, hauling the cans, it hasn't changed one bit. Still got to do it.
But the feeling around it is totally transformed. Or think about a work thing, maybe a complex report you need to write. You could feel like, oh man, I have to slog through this data, build these slides. It's going to take hours. So tedious.
Yep, been there.
Or you could shift it. Okay, I get to really dig into this information, figure out how to explain it clearly. I get to sharpen my skills here, maybe influence a decision. The hours still get spent, right? The work still gets done.
Yeah.
But that internal experience, completely different. And given, you have to put in those waking hours anyway, and the power to choose your mindset, well, that's entirely yours. Why wouldn't you choose to turn those hours from dread into, well, maybe not always excitement, but something more positive? Engagement, perhaps.
Yeah, engagement opportunity. That makes so much sense. So the ultimate takeaway from this deep dive really is just that profound power, the liberating choice that's right there inside your own head.
Yeah.
Your mindset. It's this ability to turn things we see as drudgery into something that feels genuinely more engaging, maybe even exciting, just by consciously changing that internal story.
Exactly. So here's a thought for you, the listener, to carry forward. Just think about your day ahead, or maybe tomorrow. Pick one small thing, something that feels totally mundane, unremarkable, a task on your list, and just try it. How can you intentionally shift your view of it from, I have to do this, to I get to do this? And then just notice what happens, what little bit of unexpected joy, or maybe an insight, or even just a chance for growth, what might you actually discover when you make that shift?